Shelley, the owner of the chopping block, and I'm going to teach you how to make bacon wrapped dates today. This is a really fun and simple appetizer if you love it for the holidays or any time of the year really, but all I'm going to do here is take some regular bacon. I'm going to cut that into some smaller pieces. As you can see, this bacon is a little bit larger than what you might find in the grocery store, so I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. I like a thinner bacon for this too because it cooks and crisps a little bit faster than a thicker cut bacon. Make sure that we pit the dates. If they don't come pitted already. I roll in the bacon, put a little toothpick in, and put it on a parchment-lined sheet pan. We're going to take these, we're going to put them in the oven, bake them for about 15 minutes, or until the bacon is nice and use a larger date as well. You'll see something called a medjool date. They're a lot bigger than this, and I love those as well. Those are especially nice if you want to stuff them. Sometimes people will put an almond in here, or blue cheese, chorizo sausage, things like that can be added to this, just to do something different. But what I think is so interesting about these is that most people haven't had them. They're easy to make and inexpensive. They're fast. You can make them in advance. When we plate our bacon wrapped dates, what can happen is that the plate is just a little bit brown. So we usually add a little bit of color to it. What we like to do is take a green onion or a scallion and we cut it on the bites. What happens here is, how I like to think of this is, we just hold the scallion straight in front of you and actually angle the knife. I think it's a little bit easier just to take that approach versus trying to angle the scallion. Just go down and cut the onion like this, and it creates a nice, pretty little garnish. The thinner you can slice it, the better, so we don't have a big bite of onion, unless you really love that with your bacon. Bacon goodness, that's what that is right there. So you can see, since the bacon is nice and thin, it's nice and crunchy, nice and brown and crispy. What I'm going to do is take a smaller platter. These are nice oblong platters, but any smaller platter or dinner plate works really nicely. And really all we do is go through like this, put the dates on the plate. And let me give you a little bit of advice here when you're putting things onto a plate. Always start in the middle and work out or up. Our eye tends to be drawn towards texture and depth. So this creates something called cream of balsamic. This is the balsamic reduction. It's a thickened balsamic. You can make this at home by just taking balsamic vinegar. If you take a cup of balsamic vinegar and cook it until there's only half cup left, or reduce it to half. It would be a very similar thing to this. But this we love because it's easy to use. And we just put a little drizzle of this on the dates. This adds a little sweetness. Although I say vinegar, if you haven't worked with balsamic vinegar very much, you might not realize it's actually very sweet. So this is a little bit like a syrup. So it's like a sweet syrup, salty bacon, a little green onion on the top for a garnish. That's how you make bacon wrapped dates.